Hey guys, what's up? It's Till here for another video. I have another training video for you guys. So this video shouldn't be too long, maybe 20, 25 minutes, 30 max, but I'm thinking it should be pretty quick because this program isn't too long. So we'll go ahead and get straight into it. So we have Kaiju number 8. We're going to do that. That anime, or it's about to start getting animated, or it's already been animated, and it's about to start coming out here recently. I read the manga. Really liked it. I thought the story was really cool, so I thought we'd do a program on it just because the physique is not anything challenging to get. It's still good. It's not anything that's going to be too challenging to get. So let's talk about some of the what we're going to be focusing on and what some of your strengths and weaknesses are going to be on if you're going after that type of physique. So it is kind of like a spider physique in a way. So it's almost what a lot of powerlifters get because they don't focus too heavily on arms. The good thing is we're still going to hit arms, so you're still going to gain some mass in your arms. But if you are somebody that would prefer to be torso dominant, so if you'd rather have a bigger chest, a bigger back, decent arms, decent forearms, you want bigger legs, okay on the calves, not crazy about calves, this program is exactly for you. And really what this program is good for is it's really good for a late beginner, early intermediate, or just somebody that is even beginning working out and they want to do more than just a 3 day a week program, because this program is going to be 4 days a week. So this program is going to be an upper lower split, and it's going to be all supersets, so you can get in there and get it done really fast. So now we should be good to get into it, but like I said, the focus is not going to be building the most big arms. So one of the things that's going to help us not focus too heavily on arms is arms are still going to be done, but they're always going to be done at the end of the workout on our upper body days, where you've put a lot of attention and focus on doing your chest and your back. So your arms are going to be more lackluster than your chest and back, but you should still see some growth. This is very similar to a program that I used to run, and I still got arm growth from. It's just now I'm doing arms a little bit differently, where I'm focusing and prioritizing them differently, so that way I can see some more arm growth out of it. And the legs you don't have to train too crazy or too hard. You still have 2 leg days, but legs are pretty easy to grow other than maybe your calves, and so you're going to see a good amount of leg growth out of this as well. So we'll go ahead and get into it and we'll get this knocked out. We'll talk about our Kaiju number 8 program. So on upper one, we're going to superset incline dumbbell press for 3 to 4 sets, 6 to 10 reps. And we're going to superset that with a pull-up for 3 to 4 sets, 4 to 8 reps. So you're going to be getting your strength work in with your pull-up. You're also going to be getting your strength work in with that incline dumbbell press. We're going to be focusing on the upper chest, prioritizing more of the upper chest, because I forget if we have a flat press in here at all. We may not. Yeah, we have a flat. It's kind of a flat press. It's a machine press. It's not a flat press, but we'll be able to get some normal. But your overall chest will grow, but putting a little bit more focus on the upper part of it will be good for us. The next superset that we're going to do is we're going to do cable chest flies, 3 to 4 sets, 15 to 20 reps. Chest flies or anything with the cables with the chest, you're going to do in a higher rep range, because that's not something you want to do too heavy. It's not an exercise that you need to do heavy. You're going to do some type of press that's a lot heavier, so that way you can kind of stimulate the strength or go for the strength gains on that. This is where you're going to go for a higher rep range, more hypertrophy, get a little bit more blood into the muscle. So that's why we're going to do it for 15 to 20 reps. And then you're going to superset that with a cable row, 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps. And then next, we're going to move on to shoulders. So we're going to superset dumbbell lateral raise, 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps with a face pull, 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps. If you've never done rear delts at the same time as side delts, it can be a little taxing, because doing face pulls is going to hit your side delt some, but it's not going to be overbearing. It's not going to be too hard. So after the first few weeks, you'll get used to it and you'll be able to do it. I do something similar, or I've done things similar to that in the past, where I was doing supersets with my side delts and my rear delts, and you'll still see you'll be fine for it. It won't take away too much. If it takes away a little bit at the beginning, you'll eventually work up to it and it'll be totally fine. So our last superset for that day is a overhead cable tricep extension, 3 to 4 sets, 8 to 12 reps. You just have the cable machine behind you and you're just doing your tricep extension, slightly bent over tricep extension like that. And dumbbell curl, you're going to do 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps each arm. And so you're going to do these kind of interchanging with it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to do that total of 10 to 12 reps for each arm. And that's our first day of our first upper day with the supersets in there. Like I said, this program isn't very long. These workouts, you should be able to get in there and get it done. You're going to be seeing, you should see a lot of good strength gains from it as well, just because it's a lot of compound movements and the isolations are sprinkled in at the end. This is almost, other than it not focusing on RPE or anything like that, and working up to any heavier or crazy heavy weights, you're not working in the lower rep ranges or extremely lower rep ranges like a 3 or 4 or 5 really. You should still see some strength gains from it, just because it's almost, not really, but it's almost a powerlifting program, because you're doing your heavier work, your compounds first, and then after that you're sprinkling in some of the isolations and other stuff that you're missing. Right now, the way that I do it is I do a compound exercise and kind of an isolation for a different body part that doesn't affect each other. So The only difference is we're not focusing on arms too much, so that's why we're doing it at the tail end. We're just kind of slapping it on there, but you still need to do your arm training. So you can see some progress in your normal compound lifts as well. So let's do the lower A, our first lower workout of the week. So you're going to superset dumbbell Romanian deadlifts, 2 to 3 sets, 6 to 10 reps, with a standing calf raise for 3 to 4 sets, 15 to 20 reps. So we're still gonna hit calves. Kaiju number 8. If you've read the manga or you're gonna be watching the anime, if you're watching this maybe after the animes come out and it's kind of been rolling for a little bit, he doesn't have crazy big calves. His calves are essentially non-existent. His forearms are really not that existent. But we're gonna still hit our calves just because that is gonna be totally fine. You can get in that extra calf work, and you got to really focus if you want to. You've got to kind of really mess around and try if you want to get bigger calves. Unless you're blessed and you're just kind of given bigger calves without having to put in too much work for it. I'm not, so we're gonna do that extra calf work because it's just gonna be 4 sets each day if you want to do it maximum on our leg days. So 15 to 20 reps on that standing calf raise. For our next superset, we have our hack squat, 3 to 4 sets, 8 to 12 reps, and then we're supersetting that with a seated leg curl, 2 to 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps. So if you'll notice on the seated leg curl, it's 2 to 4 sets, just because some people for hamstrings can get away with doing a lot less volume. I've been able in the past to get away with doing a lot less volume. So it just depends on how you're feeling that day, how you're feeling that week, and how you feel about doing hamstrings overall. You may want to go to the 4 sets, but if you've never worked your hamstrings in a higher rep range, a 10 to 15 or even a 15 to 20 rep range, give it a try because it's very challenging, but not a lot of people work their hamstrings or a lot of different, not even their legs really sometimes, or a lot of the times in a higher rep range, just because it's really hard to do your legs in a higher rep range. It's easy. Anybody can do cable flies to 20 reps. Anybody can do pull downs into 10 to 15 to maybe 20 reps occasionally, but doing leg extensions to 20 reps or doing leg curls to 20 reps, it sucks, but it's good because it gets you some different types of hypertrophy benefits. And for the last set, the last giant set, this is actually a giant set that we're going to do here, is Bulgarian split squats, 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps with each leg. And then you're going to do a decline crunch. We got to hit our abs. Just got to hit our abs. Kaiju number 8, not crazy on the ab development just because the way that it is laid out, the way that his armor is, but we're still going to hit our abs because that's imperative, especially if you're interested in strength gains. It's going to help strengthen your body overall, and just having good abs will let you sit at a higher body fat percentage while not having to, you don't have to cut down nearly as hard to sit at a respectable body fat percentage and still have your abs showing. So I've been hitting abs really heavily and very hard here recently, and I've been able to see a lot of good ab growth from it and be able to sit at a higher body fat percentage and not have to worry about getting nearly as lean if I want to be able to just cut down a tiny bit and still have some good ab development or good abs, my abs showing to where it appears that I'm a little bit lower in the body fat. But decline crunch, 3 to 4 sets, 8 to 12 reps. You're going to overload on those, so you're going to be adding weight on those with your decline crunches. And then we're going to do neck curls, 2 to 3 sets, 15 to 20 reps. Kaiju number 8, he's a fighter. He's got some pretty good traps, pretty good necks, so we're going to make sure to be hitting our traps and our necks as well. Then we're halfway there, so now we just have the upper B and the lower B, our last little bits of these. And like I said, this program isn't too crazy, so this should be something that you guys can go in and get done in maybe an hour, maybe hour and a half max, depending on how many sets you're going to do. But really, if you're diligent on your supersets, you should be able to get this done in maybe an hour, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending on how many sets you're going to do total. So for our upper B, we're going to superset pinned lay rows, 3 to 4 sets, 8 to 12 reps, with an AD press for 3 to 4 sets, 6 to 10 reps. An AD press, a pin lay row is it's not the most well-known, but it's a lot more well-known than an AD press. An AD press is essentially just a super incline, not straight directly, not straight up and down, but just a very slight incline of a shoulder press, because you're going to be getting a little bit of upper chest involvement there, but it's going to be mostly shoulders. So we're going to do that because it's still going to hit your upper chest some, but it's going to get a lot of shoulder involvement in there. So Kaiju number 8 has very developed shoulders, a very good round shoulder, so we're going to make sure to work our shoulders as well. The next superset that we're going to do is dumbbell pullovers for our lats. We're going to do 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps. Then the last thing with that superset is machine chest press, 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps, working these in a more medium rep range to get some more, stimulate some more hypertrophy, go through a higher rep range so we can get a different stimulus than we are with some of these heavier exercises that we're doing. So dumbbell pullovers, just really quick on lats. Keep a more straight arm. You don't want to keep it completely straight, but you want to keep a slight bend in it, and make sure that you're stretching, and you're gonna feel it in your lats. A lot of people think that you can't do it if you're gonna hit your chest and your lats, but you can kind of focus it a little bit more. It's a little bit more bro sciencey, but you can focus it more just directly doing it for your lats. You're gonna get some chest involvement, you're gonna get some tricep involvement in it as well. But We're going to do these pullovers, and if you prefer to not do a dumbbell pullover, I really like dumbbell pullovers just because you get a wicked stretch on it. But you can do straight arm pull downs if you want. Just setting up the cable, get a straight bar, and you can just do a pull down, or you can just do a pull over, pull down. But it's kind of like the pullover the same exact way. I would recommend though that you try the dumbbell pullovers just because they're a very good exercise for your lats. I'm not doing them currently just because I'm doing some different things in my program, but it's an exercise I like a lot, and so if there's ever a time that I'll maybe want to take some lat pull downs out of my program, what I would put in there would be dumbbell pullovers, just because it's a very good exercise for lat development and getting a very big stretch, getting a very big stretch on your rib cage as well. They're very good. So next we're going to go on to our next superset of reverse pec deck. So 3 to 4 sets, 15 to 20 reps. We're going to be hitting our rear delts whenever we're doing that reverse pec deck. Then we're going to do Lou raises, 3 to 4 sets, 12 to 15 reps. This is also known as like a full ROM lateral raise, but you're going to, all that a Lou raise is doing a lateral raise, but then you're going to go all the way up. This is going to really stimulate. It's going to be good for your side delts, but at a certain point, your traps and your upper back are going to take over a lot, which is what you want because this is going to get you a very yoked, a very big upper back in traps as well working on it. You also won't need a ton of weight to do, or you won't have to do a ton of weight with these Lou raises just because the way that the exercise works and the way that it moves is you're moving through a bigger range of motion than lateral raises. So you're probably, when you first start, you're probably going to take 10 or 15 pounds off your lateral raises to do these Lou raises. But give them a try if you've never done a Lou raise. They're amazing. I've been doing them for a while now. I took out some of the lateral raises that I was doing to switch in some Lou raises, and it's been pretty good. I've worked up to the 15s now, and I've definitely seen a big difference in my upper back development and some of my trap development, even just because of how big the stretch is and how big the range of motion is on those. The last superset on this day is we're going to superset cable curls, 3 to 4 sets, 8 to 12 reps with dumbbell skull crushers, 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps. We're going to do these dumbbell skull crushers in a higher rep range just because skull crushers, and just depending, I like the dumbbells just because you don't have to worry nearly as much as literally crushing your skull with a bar or anything like that. But skull crushers can be very taxing on the elbows. It can hurt a lot of people's elbows. So we're going to do them in a higher rep range so that way we're able to use a lighter weight and get more reps out of it. The other day when we were doing more direct overhead work with the triceps with those cable, with the cable tricep pullovers or cable tricep push, we were doing 8 to 12 reps, and so this will be the lighter reps that we're kind of getting in. And then cable curls, 3 to 4 sets, 8 to 12 reps. I would say make sure that you're using a straight bar. If you want to do hammer curls, you can kind of work in some hammer curls if you want a little bit extra brachialis and a little bit more form work, but I would just use a straight bar. So now we have our very last day, our lower B, and this one is very easy, just 3 supersets. Legs don't take a lot of work, just a few good hard sets, 2 or 3 exercises per body part on your legs. There's only so many muscles on your legs. There's a lot in your upper body, so your upper body days will look like a laundry list, and your lower body days will kind of look like very short, concise, and straight to the point. So let's get through this lower B, and then we'll close out, and we will be done. So we have a superset of barbell squats, 3 to 4 sets, 6 to 10 reps with seated calf raises, 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps. Same thing, we're going to hit our calves. We're doing the barbell squat because that's going to build a lot of quad development, build us some very strong legs as well, which is going to be good. But if you don't have weightlifting shoes are amazing. You can also put just plates, like little 5 or 10 pound plates right under your heels. But weightlifting shoes are amazing. I've been using those for about a year now, I believe. And they've been really good. I like them. It's definitely not necessary though. But it's, if you have trouble squatting, so I'm a taller lifter, I got very long legs, and so using weightlifting shoes has been something that has helped me out a ton, just because I don't have to put the plate under my legs. That way I can actually use the plate. I don't have a ton of weights here at the home gym. But it forces your knees to go further over your toes, which targets the quads a lot more. So if you have the money and you want to go for weightlifting shoes, do it. Put the plate under the back of your heel if you don't have it. But I would recommend doing one of those 2 when you're doing these squats to kind of focus on the quads a little bit more when you're doing it. And we're supersetting that with the leg press for 3 to 4 sets. Or sorry, this is the next superset. Those the barbell squat and seated calf raise were that first superset. The next superset is the leg press, 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps. We're going to do hanging leg raises, 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps. We're going to load these as well, so whenever you can hit about 15 reps consistently, you're going to put a plate between your legs and continue to raise that up as well with your hanging leg raises to really hypertrophy the abs, get a lot of work in on your abs. Leg press, 10 to 15 reps. Just going for a higher rep range than that. We're getting the squats in a lower rep range, and we're going to work in the leg press in a higher rep range. We have those Bulgarians that we were doing as well, and that hack squat that we were doing as well. And then the very last superset and the very last exercises that we're going to do in this program are our lying leg curl, 2 to 3 sets, 15 to 20 reps, and some more neck curls, 2 to 3 sets, 15 to 20 reps. So that is it for our Kaiju number 8, our program there. It's a very, very short program, very concise. It's got some easier exercise. Exercise is not necessarily easy, but it's got some easier exercises in there, so that way beginners can give this program a go, and it should be totally fine for beginners. So let me know what you guys think of this program. The next few things that I'm going to have for you guys, I've done a few programs now, and so I'm planning on doing some different types of videos, just some other things, not necessarily programs. I've worked in, I think, plenty of those. Eventually what we'll do is I'll do some more programs. I've gotten some more recommendations on my Instagram about some more programs that I should do. And I have some other things that I'm working for with clients that I think would be kind of useful to put here on YouTube, so that way some people can get some more information completely for free and hear that. And we can see where else. If you guys want to see another program, let me know down below, and we can kind of see what you guys may recommend or what you guys want to see, and I can release that as well. But that'll do it for this video. Let me know down below if you guys like the video. Make sure to share it. If you guys enjoy Kaiju number 8, I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to continue to read the manga. That's where I've picked it up as, and it should be coming out here soon. So I'm excited to watch it as well. So let me know what you guys think down below, and I will talk to you guys soon.